Hello.
Hello, welcome back. 'Tis us again.
Did you come back, fools?
We decided to give it another stab.
We thought we would have another go and maybe give you a bit more today, if you're lucky. So, Kate, let's start. How's the school run today?
Oh, Van, you're asking me this because I've only just come down off my high horse.
Oh, no.
Dear goodness, in wherever. I mean, there are days when I could cheerfully murder people.
Oh, well, this is a good start, isn't
The
it?
problem is, around our area where we live, in charming Farnham, there's a roadwork. Well, a roadwork? Roadworks.
Just one roadwork. Well, the whole place is a roadwork.
Pretty much every road I need to utilise in the morning or afternoon. And then you get twerps who just want to park because they don't want little Johnny to walk more than 5 steps into their school.
Oh, cripes.
And it makes life difficult for everyone else, Van. It really does.
Oh, well.
It really does. And when somebody...
Maybe on that note, we might... Let's just stop there.
You asked me.
I think we can safely say it wasn't a good one for you today.
How was your school run, Van?
It was great. I didn't do it.
That's cheating.
I sent the husband. I stayed at home. And we walk to school, so we don't... I mean, our only pitfalls are whether we get taken out by flying parents. Angry parents. Or drowned by all the rivers in the potholes around the place.
By the angry rain.
Yeah. So, so that's great. But, you know, sun, rain today.
It's what the flowers need, Van.
It is what the flowers need. That's what I say to the children when they refuse to walk in the rain. But
they won't grow unless they're watered.
I said, what about the beautiful flowers? No, I don't care about flowers. Whatever.
Stamp on them.
Yeah. So Easter's coming.
Isn't it?
Easter is coming.
Yeah.
You ready?
No, as you well know, I just did a last-minute online shop and probably everything will be out of stock. But there we go.
I mean, what do you lot all do? Is it because some people now treat Easter a little bit like Christmas? And I'm not sure about that.
I think it's any excuse for a bit of freshening up a decor. I get that. I mean, if you've got the money and resources to decorate your house for it.
The full-on shebang of everything.
I mean, we're quite, as a Catholic household, my children are at a Catholic school, so we had the year 3 play yesterday that had quite a lot of crucify him. So that's the true meaning of Easter.
We don't support any religion on this podcast except for
just saying the children go to a Catholic school. I'm not going to start what do they call it? Another not an armada.
People.
No, what was it back in the day? Oh. What was it called?
Crusade.
Crusade. That's
an armada.
The Spanish had an armada, didn't they?
Yeah,
We just started watching Shogun. I think not the car. It's like a Japanese thing on Disney Plus. There's a lot of what's the words on the scroll? Subtitles.
Words are a struggle for you today, aren't they, Kate?
Imagine how I struggled last night at gone 9 o'clock trying to read said words. I talk terribly fast, but it seems quite good.
I haven't tried that one yet. Well, we were watching the Interior Design Challenge, which we love, with Alan Carr and Michelle Gunderhin. I love her surname. I don't know why it pleases me so greatly. Such a lovely name. And watching, some of them, I don't know what they're on. One of the girls, I don't know who they are, and I have no issue with people's choices, but the interior of her room that she did looked like Squire's Garden Centre in French.
Other garden centres are available.
It looked like the cafe. There's a lot of trellising and green.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, you obviously haven't been to Squire's for a cup of tea recently because that's what you've just done.
It's a bit like, before said crucifying play yesterday, we went for a coffee somewhere in Farnham, and it's a strange place. It's been through hands a few times, and what you're left with is an amalgamation of red faux leather chairs, shiny black tables, and then faux foliage stuck on the walls. Bonkers.
Oh, God.
And cold coffee.
I haven't been there before.
No, you haven't.
I shan't be going there.
No, well, I won't tell you where it is.
No, don't. Please don't. Or do, so I don't.
Oh, I know, but they might sue me or something.
Yeah,
they'll probably hear this.
Yeah, they'll be listening as well, like Nitro was yesterday. Well, not yesterday.
Oh, dear, he had words with me. Oh, I'm in real trouble. Next time I'm down the gym with Nitro.
That seems to be... Oh, Christ. That seems to be the main takeaway that we got from feedback from the last one.
You like a Gladiator
was
chat.
That, like Gladiator chat. So we can talk about Gladiator.
My favourite lady Gladiator. Oh, well, no, because I like Fury. We all like Fury. My daughter loves Fury. We think she's awesome.
Which one's she?
She's a rugby player. And she has the cochlear implant.
Oh, God, yeah, she's brilliant. Yeah, no, she's the girl's favourite.
She gets really stuck in. The rest of them are a bit namby. There's a few of them that, I could take them on. And
some of them don't do half the things either.
Yeah.
It's like I said before, some of them have a fear, I feel.
Fury and Sabre, they're the ones who
I like Sabre. Yeah. She's funny.
She's got a bit
and she has pretend strops in the changing room afterwards.
Yeah,
I find those a bit weird.
I don't like that.
It's like, right, now you're going to come barging in and have be really angry and throw some stuff around, and people try and calm you down.
How many times do you think it's like us?
Yeah,
like, hang on, that wasn't quite right. Let's do that again.
No, I don't feel like I wasn't quite in the zone.
I had
a wedgie. My leotard was up my arse. I couldn't do it. Let's do it again. I dropped my pugil stick. That was Gladiators. But it's finished now. So we'll have to find another the Saturday evening telly's gone away. I really felt that recently we'd gone back to the old days of Saturday evening telly with Gladiators.
And then Michael McIntyre.
Yeah.
I like him.
And Ant and Dec, they've finished.
But it's always, they finished good stuff. Oh, it's not summer though.
Well, effectively
they stopped putting stuff on the television in summer, thinking that you're going to be
outside having fun in this beautiful weather we're having.
Gallivanting through fields of poppies and corn.
Yeah. So back to Easter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's where we were going on this one. So what do you do? I mean, obviously we are sisters, so we tend to spend most Easter.
What we do.
But I'm going to ask you, on an Easter Sunday, what's the generalised?
You're going to now tell me off for being controversial because there's mass.
Oh yes, it's not controversial.
Well, you're telling me I shouldn't talk about religion.
Well, I'm not saying you shouldn't talk about religion. I'm just saying we don't. Do a religion over another religion. We're not a political or religious show. We're not in that whatever the thing is, section on Spotify.
Anyway, and then we go to Mum's and we cook food and eat it, and then we have an Easter egg hunt. And what happens? Easter egg hunt, and then your daughter loses her shit, and everyone goes mental, and then we all retreat to our corners and eat chocolate.
And all that was lovely, and go home and pass out,
cry.
Yeah, having drunk too much wine.
Yeah, your daughter struggles with.
Easter egg hunts. I mean, I don't know if anyone else has this issue with the old Easter egg hunt. Is that it can become quite, and it's not just her. I have spoken to other mates who have. It's a sort of an organisational minefield in terms of, especially if you've got an age range of kids. Like on the other side of my family, the age range goes from 3 to 11, and that's quite a big gap from the 11 to the 3-year-old. So the younger ones just basically tear the place apart. Yeah. And the older ones want it to be more fair.
Our big sister normally is the Easter Bunny, and she organises these things and hunts at Christmas and things like this. And she is very clever at finding ways so that it's not that one child can go and get everything and that's that. They'll either have a colour or they have specific,
well, she's had to do that because Jemima goes mental.
Yeah, essentially.
Katie's older boys are quite competitive as well. So, especially her second child, who will basically rip the place apart to get
He will win at all costs.
Yeah, he will win at all costs. He will tread over everything. And then, so that combined with my eldest child, who is of equal bent, but not as fast.
She's some trainers.
It ends badly every time. So sadly we are not together this Easter because we are going to the other side of the family.
Go to the dark side.
Going to the dark side. Not the dark side. So we don't have the issue of the Easter egg hunt this year, thank the Lord. So Easter, that's holidays. Oh my God, we've got 2 weeks.
Quite a lot of people are probably already on holiday. We are not yet.
The people in the other schools,
The other schools.
Where they pay for their children to be educated. We don't do that.
Oh, no. They keep them at school longer when you don't pay, so it's sort of better that way.
So what did we take away from our first attempt at a podcast, Kate? I did a lot of erring.
Like you just did
Like I just did, I know. And umming. Mm-hmm. So we need to stop doing that.
When you say we.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know what I took away? So watching this play yesterday, kids are funny. When they don't know what they're talking about, they just stop. It's just silence. They don't try and reach for words. They would just literally stop and just stare out into the audience until someone shouted a word at them, and then off they'd go again. Maybe you need to try that approach.
What, silence?
Yeah, just go quiet. Just stop ming.
Well, it's not very good on an audio thing, though,
The problem is, and I think it's with both of us, and I have this in generalised conversation as well, my husband and his side of the family do a lot of pausing in conversations.
So do mine.
I find that very hard. I must fill all gaps in
speech.
air.
Yeah.
So then I start talking...
Rambling.
Yeah. And getting myself into trouble. And he just sits there and looks at me and... just sort of says, what are you doing?
It's a really weird thing, especially on the telephone.
Yes. Oh, it's awful. You're like, still there?
God, are you okay? You're right, hon.
Do I need to send someone?
Give me a moment. They're like, no.
Do you need to pull a cord?
This is just how I speak.
It's awful. And you're like, if you want to go, just go. I don't need you here for... I can talk to myself.
I think this is probably why I very rarely speak to my husband on the telephone. I think probably in all the years we've been together, we've probably had, I don't know, maybe 50 telephone conversations.
Well, you say that. So my husband's been away quite a bit recently, and we have spoken probably more in the time he was away than we would normally if he was at home.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think. Well, it probably
know,
doesn't
maybe
say a lot about us, does it?
We need to probably have some sort of therapy about talking to each other. I said that to him recently. I said, maybe, we should have therapy. He said, what for? And I said, well, just for generalise,
life.
A bit of a MOT or whatever you have. And he was like,
people do
you're
that,
right.
though, don't
and
they?
I know,
People
it's
do.
like renewing your vows. I'm
that
not going to
therapy?
do that. Well, it's not therapy, but, it's a thing.
That's just a party, surely.
Maybe that's what it is.
What?
Maybe we should all be doing these kind of things more often. Maybe it's
renewing our vows?
Well, I don't know, just all that kind of thing. Checking in with yourself.
Oh,
but
dear
you
God,
don't do
Van.
that. You see, I'm quite a big fan of just... I'm more, I like a bit of alternative therapy and all that. Katie, on the other hand, literally you can feel her bum clenching as you talk to her. She just can't cope with it.
Just crack on. Come on.
See, you're of mum's generation, almost. I think you're a generation above yourself.
No, why do you say that? Am
You
I
don't
an old
like,
lady?
well, you just don't like to talk about things.
I do talk about things.
No, not things, but I think we're going off message here. We were talking about Easter.
No, you're just having a go with me.
What tell you if you watched this week? We talked about Shogun, the car.
Not the Mitsubishi.
What have I watched other than Interior Design Masters, which I do quite like? I'm surprised you don't watch it. It makes you a bit angry, doesn't it?
No, but it doesn't make me angry.
thought it made
It's
you
just
angry.
James never lets me wear any.
That's the thing
watch
that makes
any.
you angry. There's one of them that makes you angry. Oh no, it's Grand Designs makes my brother-in-law angry because he's an architect.
Because I absolutely
and he gets a bit vexed
adore
with
Kevin. Oh,
yeah,
I love him.
He doesn't like
I
him.
met him once, and I thought I was going to have a heart attack and die on the spot. I couldn't speak.
Oh,
I couldn't.
no.
Oh God, he's fantastic.
Oh, God, all right, Kate.
But he's lovely. Do you not love Kevin?
I don't know. I don't really have an opinion of him. He seems nice enough.
He's great.
He's been around a very long time.
Well, I know. He's a true professional. That's why.
Well, he is, but he's not an architect.
He doesn't pertain to be.
No, I know, but sometimes he says things that I think. But I'm like, he probably knows more about architecture than most architects by now.
Yeah.
Maybe not the sort of ins and outs of certain things.
I did think about, because we're thinking of going into a big house project, and I thought, maybe we should contact Grand Designs, but then I got worried because when you see these people on Grand Designs, every time he goes back they have another baby, or
they're dead,
or they've got divorced,
they've died or divorced, or something awful's happened. No,
I don't feel
right, yeah.
But no, the other thing that we've just finished watching, have you watched it yet, is the Gentleman on Netflix.
No, I haven't started. I said that to Jim last night.
Very, very
I've got
good.
to start watching that.
Hilarious, very good.
Don't say anything. No spoilers. Can't talk about it. When I've watched it, we'll come back. We'll circle back round to it.
Yeah, okay, and touch base.
Touch cloth. Oh God. So this episode was meant to be we do episodes. Was meant to be about Easter in general, but I've got bored of that already.
Yeah, well, I'm worried. She's written down some notes, and I don't know what encourage CTA means.
Call to action, Kate.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what you meant to do at the end. I was because obviously we're new to this jazz. I was having a look at how one should do a podcast.
But you've used jargon.
Well, no, I just copied and pasted that.
Oh, okay.
No.
That was you.
Thank your listeners. Thanks so much. We're not there yet. Well, when we get to
just
it,
the end?
That's the end.
Oh, okay.
Sign off. Yeah, we're not
Gotcha.
signing off now. We've got another
Gotcha.
5 minutes.
Oh, look, so
No, don't look at it yet.
puddings.
So,
That's another-
puddings.
that's
No, we're
another type
talking
of
about
puddings.
the pitfalls of what puddings you take when someone says, bring a pud.
Is that ever a pitfall? Surely a
Well,
pudding's a pudding.
yeah, but sometimes no.
Why?
Well, because a lot of people think a pud should be something hot, depending on the time of year, I guess, or it should be something homemade.
Oh, I don't think anyone...
Wow.
Do they? Well,
I don't know.
What
Depends
people
whose
are
house
you?
you're going to.
Well, whose house are you going to where
Well-
they demand a homemade hot pudding?
I don't know. I think that's not true anymore.
I wouldn't visit that house again.
Oh, it's like the old cake sales at school. Oh my gosh.
Do they want hot, homemade
there's
puddings?
there's the whole thing, which is very justified around nuts in school.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough.
So our school has apparently, unbeknownst to all of us, become nut free.
I think most schools are, Van.
No, but they never told us this.
Well, it's always
Well,
been a
in
thing you
all
can't have
all
nuts.
walks of life, though. So,
Yes.
for example, the cake sale.
Yeah.
It's a big fundraiser, and let's face it, 95% of the cakes are bought because none of us have time to make cakes. And now if you look on every packet, bar, I think someone worked out maybe it was a Kit Kat. Other biscuits are available. Says may contain traces of nuts, so we're not allowed to sell them.
Kit Kats to a cake sale.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, take the old mini roll, and they all say may contain nuts, may contain traces of nuts. So everyone's cakes got sent back. So there's like 4 cakes on the cake sale from Mrs. So-and-so, who's the only one who makes them.
In case they contain Tracy's nuts.
Tracy's nuts. I mean, who wants to eat Tracy's nuts?
Poor old
So,
Trace. She's looking for them
that
everywhere.
was a bit of a buzzkill because the cake sale became...
Well, it could have been...
It's going to become null and void.
But you could have killed Buzz if you'd done it.
Wow. But also, it's a cake sale, so it's out of school, after school hours. So
Well, I don't
surely the kid who has the
Van,
nut allergy...
Don't argue with me about this.
I'm not arguing, but I'm saying surely the kid with the nut allergy, you just don't let them buy any cakes.
Yeah. I went on a school trip quite recently and
that's
someone had taken... Again, I'm like, I want to
coconut.
Do I want to be this child? A Kinder Bueno in her pat lunch. I have never seen a teacher dive on a child so fast to get this Kinder Bueno out of this.
Why?
Because it's got hazelnut filling, hasn't it?
Oh,
Good Lord, I just thought, God, she really likes a Kinder Bueno.
I want to be that.
I want a bit of that.
I want that kid's mum for my mum to give me a Kinder Bueno.
I know.
Can you imagine having one of them in your lunch? God.
I mean, mine get a Marmite sandwich and a sucky yoghurt, and that's about it.
Sucky
And a pepperami.
yoghurt?
It's a bit of an animal.
You are so old school. Pepperami, that's 80s, isn't it?
Everyone,
Yeah,
I can't bear a
pepperonis.
pepperami.
No.
What's the worst thing is those condom wrappers that come off them. Oh, and they suck them because they're salty and they get stuck to the inside of their lunchbox and you have to peel it off. Oh.
Stop!
Do you know what I mean?
No, because I don't eat them.
Right.
Because they are literally awful.
It comes in. It's a sausage.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like a chorizo type thing, but it comes in a foil type wrapper. But inside that, it's like
Oh, there's more.
it's got like a thin plastic
membrane.
sheath.
No, that is up there with moist,
With a moist gusset.
and towelette.
Oh.
Tissue.
Oh, all right.
Right, I think we can do the sign off now.
Yeah, should we try that
Yeah,
now?
so that was our Easter episode, of which not much of it was revolving around Easter, but
I'm trying to think of a fun Easter song and I can't think of one now.
No, there aren't any.
Don't let the sun go down
Anyway,
on me.
number 1, thank you for listening.
Thank
It's been
you
a
for
pleasure.
listening.
Let's recap the episode. We talked about Easter eggs, a bit of gladiators, sheaths, and pepperami. Be
a bit of an
intentional.
animal.
I don't know what that means.
I'm intending to release this podcast to the wild.
Encourage the call to arms. I'm not quite sure. Go and buy stuff on our website.
Yeah,
there you
and
go.
tell us if this is just too much drivel.
Yeah, and next episode.
More of the same.
No, we're going to be talking about craft fairs.
Oh, we are.
That's
We're
a
gonna
good one.
circle back and touch cloth on our craft fair series of.
And I'm gonna give you
things.
the unique sign off,
Oh,
which I
God.
think is, hey guys, stay frosty. I did a little click as well.
Turn off now.
Okay, bye chaps.